So I always wanted to be somebody who traveled a lot more, but for as long as I can remember, I've basically poured everything in terms of finances and time back into my business, just so I could finally leave that 9 to 5 as a chartered accountant and become a full-time YouTuber. And I wanted to share with you guys some of my absolutely favorite and essential tech travel accessories. Like, these are basically tried and tested and things that I actually liked and worked for me personally. All of these products are available to purchase right now, so I'll have them linked in the description down below. And by the way, one of the last couple products I'm gonna mention is hands down one of the coolest products I've reviewed recently. Okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about in-flight entertainment and productivity. And for this, I went with the OG trifecta, okay? My M3 Max 14-inch MacBook Pro, my 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro, and finally my Kindle. Now, because I use Final Cut Pro for a lot of my video editing, I end up using the MacBook Pro quite a bit. Now, this is there as my workhorse. This is a solid laptop, and it's nice and small and packs quite a punch with a solid battery life. However, in the laptop department, if you don't need all that extra power, or if video editing and high graphics intensive workloads like this is not something that you do, then I'd highly recommend checking out either the MacBook Air or the Asus ZenBook Duo, both of which I've actually reviewed on my channel, so I'll have them linked somewhere here if you want to check it out. Now, in terms of the iPad, now this is my main media consumption machine, and I have this loaded with all the movies and shows that I actually want to watch on the flight, and it'll be much better quality as well with that Liquid Retina mini LED display. However, in hindsight, I kind of do wish I went for the 11-inch iPad Pro rather than the 12.9, because this just gets a little tad bit too big. Now, I had this iPad paired with this Case to 5 folio case, which worked really well for me, allowing me to position the iPad in the exact angle that I wanted on the flight. And lastly, the Kindle Paperwhite. Now, this is perfect if you want to, close your eyes and go to sleep for a bit, because the moment you start picking this up and you start reading, within a few minutes, I can guarantee you, you're going to be ready for bed. Now, look, I hate that this happens to me, but in all seriousness, the reading experience on the Kindle Paperwhite is fantastic. Next, let's talk about the auditory experience. Now, in order to consume said entertainment or work, you gotta have the right pair of headphones. Now, first off, I have the Sony XM5s. Now, these are my favorite over-ear headphones right now. The noise cancellation on this is top-notch, one of the best in the industry. They literally also feel like clouds on my head. The comfort factor of this is absolutely phenomenal. I love these soft touch ear cups, as well as the nice soft touch high quality materials that are used throughout these headphones, and not to mention how light these actually are to use. Now, these also come in this nice and flat case, which will not really take up too much space in your bag in terms of width-wise, which is great. But if space is a concern, I also highly recommend the AirPods Pro too. Now, I actually carry both of these on me anytime I'm out and about, because sometimes you just don't want to deal with the extra bulk of having these over-ear headphones and, having to place them around your neck while you're kind of just, walking around anywhere or traveling or doing anything. Especially if you're going through like transitory flights and stuff like that, it can get a little annoying. So it's nice to have a small pair of headphones that you can just throw in your pocket or pack away when you're not using it. Now, if you're someone like me and need to carry camera equipment, then I've quite enjoyed my time with the Nomatic Peter McKinnon 25-liter camera backpack. Now, this thing is highly customizable. Interior space on this is really great and allows you to actually mold this bag to exactly how you need it. For example, if you need a bigger quick access compartment, then you can fold this down, or if you have more camera equipment, then you can fold this up and create more space here. Now, if you don't need camera equipment, my go-to bag is the Air Daypack 3 X-Pack Edition. Now, I've actually talked a lot about this backpack over on my channel, and this is absolutely my favorite. This is what I actually use in my day-to-day, everyday tech carry EDC when I'm going to the studio or I'm at home or anywhere out and about. You have ample space, enough to store all three gadgets that we talked about, the laptop, iPad, and Kindle separately, and tons more space left over for the chargers and accessories and anything else that you want to put in here. Next, let's talk about the main hauler. Okay, we're going to talk about the luggage. Now, this is super important naturally because it's a travel video. So a company called Level 8 actually sent me some of their pieces to check out, and after traveling with these for some time now, I can get behind these. So I was just walking by here with the suitcases, and this fine gentleman here was asking about it.
Suitcase, man. What's the brand of that?
It's called Level 8.
It's nice. I might buy one of those.
Look, I'm a sucker for good looks, and honestly, I could not pass up on this all aluminum 20-inch carry-on. So in my case, I actually put the Nomatic camera cubes in there, and I organized all my gear this way. I was able to basically roll around everything instead of carrying it on my back. Now, there is one downside to aluminum cases, and it's that they're heavy. But for me, other than actually carrying this to like put into like overhead compartments, there's no real other need for me to carry it at any other time. I'm basically rolling it around. Now, as for my check-in case, I went with the Voyageur check-in case at 26 inches. Now, one of the issues with traditional suitcases is right down the middle, you're gonna lose a bunch of space for them to integrate this handle. Now, what these guys have done is they've extended this handle to the very edges, which not only gives you more usable space for packing, but also makes it easier for you to like roll around. I also have something to like literally stand on. Like I've used this in the exact same position many times while I'm waiting in a line or something. I have something to lean on. Also, this German-made polycarbonate was nice and strong. It held up to all my flights, and also it's nice and light to carry around. It's got TSA approved locks, great wheels, and tons of space inside for packing. It's got 2 separate compartments and zippered pockets in order for you to organize things to your heart's content. Another thoughtful addition is they included a handle right here down the middle, so you can actually carry this like this if you wanted to. So overall, this combo worked really well for me. If you're interested in checking any of these out, I have it linked in the description down below. Now, when I'm traveling, I usually like to travel light when it comes to having things in my pockets or on me personally. So the ideal solution that I found for me was to throw on a phone case with a MagSafe wallet combo in order to basically consolidate all my things into this one neat little package. And that's where the MagBak wallet and case come in. Guys, I gotta say, I've gone through a lot of iPhone cases and wallets, etc., and this is probably one of my favorites. It's top notch. I opted to go with the all matte black iPhone case, and this thing is really minimal yet protective with that raised lip and padded corners. It's fully MagSafe compliant, but here's the kicker. Without increasing the bulk, these guys have also managed to make this magnetic force really strong. This thing also comes with this thing called a mag stick, which you can basically peel with this 3M adhesive tape and stick to any location or surface like your car. Like the phone sticks in either landscape or portrait, and it's a really strong connection. But my favorite combo is this MagBak wallet. Oof, I love this color combo. This black and like this tan colorway, it's like one of my favorite combinations for colors. Now the magnets on this are so strong, in fact, that you can actually use this as like a kickstand in both portrait and landscape. You do have to put it in a certain angle though, but I'm surprised it works. Now, as for the wallet, it actually has 2 separate pockets that can hold 2 to 3 cards initially, but it's leather, and the more you use it, it's gonna open up, allowing you to store more cards in there. But the good thing is, worst case scenario, they do offer a lifetime warranty on this thing. You also get this neat little like finger loop for like a quick selfie or anything like that. It's pretty strong. All in all, this is a solid combo. Now, whether you have an iPhone, Samsung, or a Pixel, they have something for all of you guys. Now, the next product comes in super handy when you're in a pinch. Sometimes, depending on your travels, or even if you're local and out and about, you need a quick top up on battery because for whatever reason you ended up, binge watching too many of my videos and it's drained your battery. But especially when you're traveling, it's always a good idea to have a power bank and a MagSafe charger. Look, these guys are probably one of the most innovative brands that I've seen to date when it comes to these like portable chargers. And the next 2 products are honestly some of my favorites I've seen in tech recently. This is the Shargeek 170, and it's a 24,000 milliamps, entirely transparent design, and you can fast charge up to 3 separate devices with 170 watts max output. That is a lot. So I could literally use this to power my MacBook Pro, no issues. And you also have a 140 watt max input, which allows you to recharge this thing from 0 to 50% in 20 minutes. Now to pair with this, sometimes look, you're out and about, you're 35 years old, but you love playing Pokemon Go, and you've just spent 5 hours kind of walking around searching for Pokemon, and your phone's running low on battery, which is where something called the IceMag comes in. Now, other than the fact that this sounds like a perk in Call of Duty, this thing looks even cooler than what it sounds. This, my friends, is a 10,000 milliamps magnetic power bank with active cooling. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, if you have experience with wireless charging on any of the latest iPhones, you know they tend to get very hot. So cooling is going to be clutch. But the coolest part of this is you can actually see the fan spin up with the transparent design, which basically makes this look like a mini PC case or something like that. But look, other than the looks, this thing is also super functional. You can charge up to 2 devices at the same time, which not a lot of chargers can do, because it also has a USB-C port. So if you're charging your iPhone, you can also plug something nothing else in. Basically, if you're at your hotel, put this to charge overnight, plug it in to the wall, and when you wake up in the morning, both your phone and the power bank are going to be charged. Okay, now for the next couple products, I wanted to mention these because they really helped with space organization, and that is a huge deal for me when I'm traveling. Now, first up here, I have the Bellroy Tech Kit. Look, I've been through many tech organizers and this is the one that I stuck with. I love how slim and low profile this thing is with just enough storage for what I need personally. Now inside you have elastic cable organizers, magnetic pockets, a place to put your pen or Apple Pencil, and more. If you're in the market for a tech organizer, this thing is super neat and it looks really nice and aesthetic as well. Now next up for the Toiletries kit, honestly you can't go wrong with a Peak Design wash pouch. I've had this for many years now and it's got a ton of usage out of it. Now inside this you have a bunch of compartments and storage for all sorts of essentials that you may need. If you were to place this on your counter, it sits nice and upright, or you can use the integrated stowable hook to hang it up in the bathroom, which is how I usually use it. Now as for my clothing and shoes, etc., I use a combination of Peak Design packing cubes as well as Nomatic packing cubes. Now in my opinion, the Nomatic ones have been easier to use because they are see-through and I can quickly glimpse at what's inside. However, there's a bunch of other options that will work similarly, like the Amazon Basics one as well work really well. I'll also have those linked in the description down below. But in any case, these are some of the things that have made my travel life a lot easier and even my day-to-day life a lot easier. So if you're interested in any of those, they'll be linked down below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in one of these two videos right here.